Okay, I'm introducing you.
Yeah.
This is Beth Levison and I'm Laura Brownson, and we're here with Lemon, the movie.
And you're watching Cast Meets ZFF.
It's all about poetry to me.
I'm a 3-time felon with a Tony Award, which means I could have you holding my belt, washing my drawers, and that shit will change the world.
Poetry is gonna be my meal ticket out of the hood. There's nothing to lose, everything to gain at this point.
Our film, Lemon, is about spoken word artist Lemon Anderson, who gained some notoriety in the States on a show called Def Poetry Jam on HBO, for which he won a Tony. And our film follows him after he won his Tony and sort of began a very desperate descent in which he sort of lost his money, had a very hard time getting his sort of life back together again. And we started filming with him when he was really at a low point. And we watched him sort of out of desperation write his life story and try to stage it on the New York stage, and we followed that process. And the film sort of is a combination of his backstory, which is a really hard, difficult, about as awful sort of backstory as you get, combined with this attempt to stage his life. And we also have poetry throughout the film.
Watch me and my 1983 Bop G.
Every shimmy, every shake, every slide, every glide slides and sink.
The writing, the rumble of a double R train with the joys and hopes of no mores.
The thing is, I gotta go to a place I really tried to stay away from. That's the floor I lived on, right there, apartment D5.
He was in such a desperate place, I think, honestly. He had two small girls, and he was so desperate to give them a life that's different than the life he had, that when he was approached to do the film, I think he would have said yes to anything that may have kind of helped him get out of the place he was in. So I got him at a vulnerable spot, I think, and he naively agreed as well. I don't think he had any idea it would take 3.5 years to make the movie.
But neither did we.
No, we didn't. We were joking last night with a narrative filmmaker who said, you know, I said, well, we had to wait. He said, what took so long? Why did it take 3 years to make? I said, because we had to wait till we had an ending. And, you know, he said, oh, right. You can't write the ending. You have to wait. But, you know, there was a long time in the making of the movie where I don't think if we knew that it would be a tragedy or a triumph, we really were worried. And you get emotionally involved with your character, and you watch, with Lemon, you watch him make similar mistakes over and over again in his life because of his past. These are things that, and that's the point of the film in some ways, is let's watch him try to make a different choice, try to get out of that. You know, we are all informed by our pasts. If your past is particularly difficult, I think it's that much harder to move away from it.
And that's also what the film is about. I mean, it isn't necessarily just about the fact that he got the show up and off the ground and that he had this kind of grand premiere. It really is about his growth as a man. And that's the real redemption in many ways of the film.
Come see the film. Please, we beg you.
To watch me be the artist who was born ready-made. Watch me take my lemons and make the best goddamn lemonade.